It's the weekend after Thanksgiving, you're tired, you're stuffed, but you got a fridge full of food. How are you going to best use that food so you're not just putting the same things on the plate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner like you did for Thanksgiving? Let's talk about how to do that in a healthy manner. Let's talk about how to do that in a safe manner. Stay tuned. Thanks so much for watching today. Make sure you click that subscribe button and hit that bell so you never miss a new recipe or a new health tip. My name's Dr. Blake Schusterman. I'm a board-certified kidney doctor and I'm also the cooking doc. And everything we talk about here today is for informational purposes only. This is not medical advice. Before we get into the best leftover dishes, let's talk about how to make sure your leftovers are safe. Last thing you want is somebody getting sick after Thanksgiving because you had food that wasn't good for you. So here are 5 rules to live by for leftovers. Rule number 1, if you left it out, throw it out. Let's say you're an early Thanksgiving dinner family, you eat dinner at 2. After dinner, you're all stuffed, you go for a walk outside, you throw the football around a little bit, you come back inside. All that food's still sitting there over the table, but there's a football game on, so you sit down on the couch, you watch some football. Next thing you know, it's 9 o'clock. And after your little nap, you get up and you put the food away then. Okay, that's 7 hours. That's too long. There's bacteria forming around that food, and trust me, you don't want to eat that. A good rule of thumb is to pack it up by the 2-hour mark or throw it out. Rule number 2, that food from Thanksgiving will last 3 to 4 days in your refrigerator. So put it away quickly, eat it by Sunday, otherwise in the trash. Rule number 3, and this is a personal one, throw out those party trays and dips. You got 10 people over your house, you got veggies and dip, you don't know who's double dipping, and I've seen people take that leftover dip, pour it back in the dip bottle, and put it back in the fridge. Please don't let that be you. You don't know who's out there George Costanzaing your food, double dipping. So party trays and dips, people have had their hands all over it, lots of germs, they go in the trash. Or an even better idea, if you don't want to waste food, make those party trays small and then refill them as they empty. That way you're not left with a bunch of double dipped, fingerprint, bacteria encrusted leftovers. Rule number 4, and this is more of a food tip than a health tip, keep your salad undressed and just dress the part of the salad that you need before you serve it. That way you don't have to throw out the leftover salad. Leftover salad, if it's already got the dressing on it, it's not gonna last in the refrigerator. It's gonna be disgusting and mushy. Keep your salad undressed unless you're actually eating it. Lastly, and this is another food tip, all leftovers are better with a fried egg. Salad, stuffing, turkey, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, everything really except for the desserts will be elevated if you throw a fried egg on it. Leave that egg just a little runny so that yolk will go all over the food and it will be delicious. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about my favorite cranberry and turkey leftover recipes. First, please don't put your stuffing in a waffle iron like this guy. That's ridiculous. Okay, now back to the food. Let's start with cranberries. You may be left with a whole bunch of dried cranberries in your pantry. And of course, if you watched my other video here, you know that cranberries don't actually help people with kidney disease. There's a possibility that high-dose cranberry supplements may work for urinary tract infections, but the jury's still out. But cranberries will not help your kidneys at all. So here are my favorite ways to use cranberries after Thanksgiving. First is you put them in chicken salad. This is one of my favorite recipes right here. It uses white meat chicken, or you can use the turkey breast if you have leftover turkey breast. And then it combines it with some dressing, some yogurt, and dried cranberries to really elevate the flavor and the texture of the dish. Next, if you didn't make this dish for Thanksgiving, it's one of my favorite sides, but if you got leftover cranberries, you can make couscous with roasted carrots and cranberries. This is a recipe from my cookbook, and I absolutely love it. It uses sherry vinegar, which is a great way to season food without a lot of salt. Dried cranberries make a great addition to any salad, any couscous, any quinoa, or any even rice dish. Really elevates the flavor. Next, if you're a breakfast person, you gotta try these cranberry muffins. Just try them, trust me. Lastly, on the cranberries, this one would have made an outstanding alternative to your turkey, but if you didn't make it and you have cranberries left over, it's a stuffed butternut squash. Really, it should be on your table for any holiday meal, but it's a vegetarian option that can be a leftover Thanksgiving. Say you stuffed yourself with turkey for Thanksgiving and you want something that's vegetarian. Well, this stuffed butternut squash with cranberries and rice is outstanding. Do you have a favorite way to use dried cranberries? Comment, let me know. How do you like to use them? What's your favorite recipe? Okay, now besides the cranberries, you got a fridge full of turkey as well. Tons of turkey. You don't know what to do with it. You don't want to just pop the gravy on it because that maybe will get you through one meal, but that's it. What do you do with your leftover turkey? Well, just think chicken. What would you do if you had a rotisserie chicken in your refrigerator? That's the way I look at it. Here are my favorite recipes for what to do with that leftover turkey. First, turkey soup. I'm going to give you a recipe for turkey soup over the course of the next 30 seconds. Ready? Here goes. Take a Dutch oven, put butter and a little olive oil in the bottom of the pan. Saute onions, carrots, and celery in there, and then throw a little bit of your favorite mushroom in there. Pour some chicken stock or turkey stock in there and let it come to a simmer. Then you add some shredded turkey and some greens, a little salt, pepper. You got a dish. That is an outstanding soup. It will be low sodium. It will be fresh. You'll be happy that you made it. That's a 30-second soup for you. You can also check out my website because I've got some great ways to make an instant pot chicken soup, and you could just substitute turkey for it in that dish. What about a casserole? And I'm not talking about the tuna casserole from the 1970s, though maybe those are okay. I'm talking about a chicken and squash and whole grain farro casserole. There's one that I love to create that has all of these ingredients. I typically use chicken, but when I've substituted turkey, it's a little richer and it is just outstanding. It's perfect for those cold nights coming in late November or early December. Lastly, this Cobb salad recipe from Bon Appetit. Of course, we're going to leave off the bacon, but you won't really need the bacon because you have so much flavor from your fresh turkey and from your hard-boiled eggs and from the dressing that they describe in this recipe. You can find the recipe in the comments here. Let me know, what's your favorite salad to make with turkey? Is it a Waldorf salad? Is it a Cobb salad? Sometimes we'll make a Greek salad and throw some of the leftover turkey on top. A million ways to do it. I want to know what your favorite is. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful holiday if you celebrated. And if not, a lot of these tips and recipes work really for any big winter holiday, no matter where you live. Make sure you do it safely. I hope you have a great time with your family. Make sure you check out my website, thecookingdoc.co, for lots of other healthy recipes and cooking tips. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment, tell me what you think, and I will see you next time.